Okay, welcome back to part 2 of the video. So we just got cut off there when we had literally just finished off drawing around the outside. Okay, I'm just after taking the tape off. I put fold lines in the center. That's a long line, 2 short lines, long line, 2 short lines. And all the way around the outside, everything that needs to be cut is heavy. Grab your scissors. And you're going to cut all the way around the outside and you're going to start folding on all of those fold lines. And when I said earlier on, when I said I wanted you to assemble your development, what I mean by assemble is put it together. So I have cut out this earlier on. Okay, so I did it the other day. I cut away all the way around the outside and I folded on those fold lines and I got a little bit of tape and I stuck them together. Your assignment for the next day is that you assemble it like so and stick it on the corners. Okay, and you're going to take a picture of the cube and the cuboid together, just assembled, and attach it as an assignment, and that's it. Okay, so that's the chicken nuggets box done. You're then going to go back to your files, and the next question we're going to look at is the Scots Clans one. Okay, you can see the shape itself. It's a little bit more different than what we looked at before. Okay, so they're sloping insides, which does make this a little bit trickier, which means we do have to follow the elevation and plan and end view and all the rest. But actually, all we really need to do is the plan, and once we have that, we can do everything else. So I'm going to ignore part A, but I am going to do part B. Okay, so we're going to draw the surface development. In doing so, there's a little drawing of what this is going to actually look like. Okay, so you can imagine this unraveling and opening up, and you can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different sides to it also. The measurements of which we're getting from here. So you can see there is this small side, so we'll do the 2 sides first. We need to get this edge length, which we can't get until we draw the plan. The front of it is very straightforward. It's 65 by 90. That's what this is, 65 by 90. We're then going to draw the plan looking down on top of it, these 2 views. When we have that, we can draw everything else. Okay, so very straightforward. That's what I'm starting on now. Because we have this, we don't need to do a sketch, okay, because it's showing us what it's meant to look like. And this would be the elevation and plan. I'm not asking you to do that because we're going to just do it on the actual drawing. Okay, and that's it. Okay. Get a piece of paper, stick it down. Okay, make sure that it's straight. And again, if we can at all, we're going to use one of the edges as a cutting edge so we don't have to draw it out or anything either at the end. So sticking it on the corners. Okay, and I'm keeping this to the very edge. I want to do a vertical line. So I know the plan of this is 40 in length. So I'm going to measure 40. The next thing I'm going to measure is the 90. So 40 and 90 is 130. And 40 is 170. So this is the overall height. So the 40, the 90, and the 40 for a second time, for the bottom and for the top. We're going to do light construction lines all the way across our page. Okay, and now I'm going to concentrate on the plan. So I'm taking the measurements from the actual question. So if you have any queries, I'm getting all of the measurements from this diagram here. That's where it's all come from. So I'm going to do the 20, 25 and 20 next. And I'm taking that, as you can see, from the diagram. So measuring in 20, then measuring 25, then measuring another 20. Okay, and I'm going to do those lightly as light construction lines all the way through my sheet. Okay, so what I can see from this is the 20s on the outside are joined to the corner. Okay, so we're going to just join those. On the bottom and on the top. Okay, I don't have to do harden in the end point because it is already the edge of the page, so it's already cut. Okay, and I can harden in that side. Now to get the other measurements. So whatever is here is going to be stuck to this edge. How do I know that? Well, when this was out flat, this was the chicken nuggets box, when it was out flat, whatever was on the front was joined to the sides. Okay, so whatever that measurement is has to be the same as this measurement, otherwise it won't fit. So what you need to do is get your compass. So this is the first time we've ever seen a sloping edge, and you'll see more of them. So because surfaces that are in contact with each other have to meet at one point, it needs to be the same distance. So you take this distance on your compass, and the side next to it has to be exactly the same size. So all I did is I took this distance on my compass and I swung it on the horizontal line. I can now do a light construction line for this. Okay, so I have the front done, I have the bottom done, and I have the top done. I also have one of the sides. The front, the side, the back is next, and the back is 25 millimeters, and you can see that from the question when you have a look at it. And finally, the last side. The sides have to be the exact same. So again, you can take this distance on your compass again, which should be the same here, and I'm just going to double check that. Yeah, and then strike it for a second time. Okay, so slopes is the new learning of this today, and that's what we need to get a handle on. So you're going to spend the class watching the video, making sure you get the full chicken nuggets question done, getting the Scots clans question done. So outside edges are heavy, and that's what you cut. The inside edges are going to be fold lines, and that's what you fold. Okay, so almost finished here now. Developments can be very fast. Okay, really fast. In a couple of days, maybe even by Friday, we'll start doing the elevations and plans, just showing what they look like. And I'm almost finished, so I have all of these fold lines done. I must not forget these two fold lines. So horizontal, long too short, long too short. Okay, and that's it, finished. Now that I am done, I need to check if it's correct. And the best way to check if it's correct is cut it out and assemble. So what I'll ask you to do now is grab your scissors. You're going to cut away around the outside edge all the way around. You're going to fold on these lines. And what you should end up when you're done is a box that looks just like this. You know you're correct if all your lines join up together and you've no gaps. If you have gaps, you've made a mistake. But this is what we're aiming towards at the end. And this length is the same length as the edge here, and it's given in your question. Okay. On Friday, we're going to look at, these are just kind of practice questions, and it's actually just drawing the elevation and plan. So we are on Friday going to have a look at the Band-Aid, just that one, and this one, because this is practicing drawing a hexagon again, because some of you might have forgotten. We're going to skip this question. And next week we'll be starting on hollow or opened up boxes. Okay, so that is it for today. You're going to join me live now. And although you might not have finished your question, you're going to join me live and see if you have any questions. We're going to do roll call, and that'll be it for today. Thank you.